छाया आसमां देखो झूमता गगन है छाया आसमां देखो झूमता गगन
Hello, hello, hello. We are beginning. I think we're a few minutes early. We've got people lined up already, so we got to get to work. Let's get the lights on. Means we are on. We are burning our sacred cedar, our sage. We got a lot of work to do. And before we go any further, read the digits down below to understand how all this works. This is an astrology live stream. We are a learning community, but you can get free readings here. I call it the speed reading. For those of you who have the means, you can send a gift to the channel. And when you do that, I can spend more time on your chart. For everybody else, you can get a free speed reading, okay? You can send those gifts by CashApp or Venmo. Details are down below. And can someone tell me if you can hear me, just so I can make sure we're all good before I go further? I got to find the damn chat. And I got to put this stuff out of the way so we don't have, shit lighting on fire that's not supposed to be on fire and, all that good stuff. Got some bad news a couple days ago. And some of you in my some of my OG community, they would be familiar with boondocking with Dennis. And yeah. So boondocking with Dennis, I believe, has passed away. So for people who have gone to visit his channel, people who used to, he used to come here quite a bit, but his life has been one hell of a struggle for the last, I don't know, for as long as I've known him. I haven't known him real long, but I've known him, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, maybe that might be stretching it. So very sad news. I mean, dude's in his 60s, just very sad news. Don't know how, what, don't know any of the details. And I was still kind of waiting for a confirmation, but one of his good buddies made a comment under his very last video, which ironically said, the thumbnail said going home. So it was like, holy shit, and he just sounded, the poor guy. He was definitely one hell of a human being and one hell of a fighter. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give that a mention to anybody. There's quite a few people actually here on this channel who I met through Dennis, online. And so anyway, it's a sad thing to see, but I do know that Dennis definitely deserves the peace and the rest because he's been struggling for a while. You will be missed, Dennis. You made me laugh and you made me, Dennis's channel was a place of peace. It really was. He highlighted the dolphins all the time. And Dennis, now you can swim with the dolphins. You can fly with the birds. I mean, Dennis had just the biggest heart ever. The biggest heart ever. Always helping whoever he could. The homeless. And Dennis was living out of his truck, right? Just a, from what I know of him, which is just online and as YouTube neighbors, just a great human being, great sense of humor. And I just, may he rest in peace. All right. With that, I know I got work to do. So teamwork is here. Teamwork, how the heck are you? Good to see you here. All right, Tammy, I got you. You're second. Tammy, I got your email. You didn't or got your information. Well, you didn't say what I'm focusing on for you, Tammy. You said you'd be here tonight. That's all I got. Let me know what you want me to focus on since you sent a gift to the channel. Frank, I got your email specifying that. Very good. Teamwork says I'm passing tonight. Hey, Christy, how the hell are you doing? Everybody, yeah, Teamwork just had her surgery. And we're hoping for, yes, a speedy recovery for Teamwork. Woohoo. And let me see. Christy said passing. Yeah, if you're in the chat and you're not getting a reading, please say that you're passing, and then we can get this going quickly for people who are waiting. So I know I can tell you all right off the top. Tammy's first. Frank is second. Christy said, I'm just watching. I'm scrolling. Okay, Fairy there, you would be number 3. How you doing, Fairy there? I see you. You would be number 3. Mr. Reborn would be number 4. Listen to those numbers I gave you because I'm not going to remember them. Okay, Fairy there is passing. Thank you for the loud and clear, Fairy there. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. I see. I can hear you. I didn't even look. I just kept talking like blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Reborn, you're number 3. You're number 3 now, Mr. Reborn. Thank you for putting it in there. That helps a lot. Phenomenal. Yeah. That way, when I go to the chat, it helps. It just makes it move faster. For sure. Aha. Yeah. See how you moved up in line pretty quick. All right. So, Tammy, give me a couple of words. What am I focusing on for you? Let me know how I can help you out. You are the first. You're the first runner up. All right, let me get that stuff to the side. Let me get Tammy's chart up here. And let's see what we're doing for Tammy. Let me double check just to make sure I'm not losing my freaking mind here. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. I just had to double check that. And we're going for Tammy. I just saw you. I scrolled right past and then let's get the readings happening here. Okay. I see what my confusion was. For some reason it's all good. All right, Tammy, I got your chart up here. So do you have a question or something specific, or you want me to just talk, really what the chart speaks, what it says to me, like what's jumping out at me. But, oh no, where is Tammy? Did Tammy leave? Tammy, are you there? I mean, you sent money, and you're here. You're number 2. Well, you're number 1, Tammy. Maybe Tammy figured she'd have to wait. Tammy, you're number 1, and I have called your name. Are you there, Tammy? Okay, Tammy said, I hope everyone's enjoying the evening. That's good. Did we see Tammy again after that? Tammy said, hello, 1. Yeah, you're number 1. Maybe I should read. Maybe Tammy did write it down. Let me go through this freaking chat here. Oh, good. Yep. Thank you. Tammy says, can I have the link? Oh, sure. Where the hell is it? I think it's this. Copy. Yeah. All right, Tammy, here's your link. I'm going to drop that for you. And let's see what's what. What is on the menu for Tammy? All right. I don't think it's Saturday night, June 6th. You are in the star room. Get yourself a reading. I need your birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Need your digits to give you a reading. That's how it works. If you don't know your birth time, don't make it up. Be honest and just say, I don't know my birth time. We create what is called a noon hour chart. So if you have your location, if you even, it helps also if you don't, some folks just don't have the actual certificate, right? So they don't know the birth time. But sometimes people will have stories, mom or dad or cousin, aunt, uncle, grandma, whatever, telling stories around their birth. Like, oh, no, you were born in the afternoon or you were born in the middle of the night. Like all that helps a little bit, because it's better than nothing. Obviously, the birth time on a certificate would be the best, but in the meanwhile, we'll work with what we got. All right, we got Tammy, so we're going to get her into here on the screen. Yeah, Frank, you can get anytime people pay, you can get the link, absolutely, because you pay for the time, okay? All right, let's get Tammy. Tammy, are you ready? I see a hand. I don't see a person, but I see a hand. All right, Tammy, let me get you. Maybe you want to be blank. Maybe she doesn't want to be seen. Okay, but then we can talk. Let me get this on the stage. Hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Woohoo!
All
Good
right.
job. Ooh, I see you. Did you want us to see you?
Yay.
She's got her own she shed. Look at that. I recognize that ceiling anywhere. You got good lighting, though. That's great.
I know.
That's awesome.
Okay.
How are you doing this evening? What are we checking out for you? She's like, I'm out of here.
I just want to know what the energy around the summer for the next 3 months, maybe about the job or if there's a relocation. What does the charts say?
Okay. Let me get this up here for you. Let me share this. Let's see what we're working with for Tammy. Okay, let me take a look at your Leo energy because we're all going to have some changes there. Your Jupiter jumped right out, though. Okay, so you have Jupiter in your 7th house. It's going to stay in your 7th house for during the summer. Okay, so that's your significant one-on-one relationships, maybe a little bit of excitement and fun there and new opportunities for partnerships. But creativity should be off the wall.
Okay.
Creativity and working with that and creative partnerships possibly even, but long-term goals because your Saturn is there. So let me get this on the screen real quick so I can give you a little bit of a timeline. Let me see. You said all through the summer. Yeah, that was kind of like your creative stuff and your Saturn over there in work. So let's get there. So we're talking, So this is like September energy, beginning of September. You're having opportunities for work, maybe something with family and home. But Leo energy is like a take charge energy as well, other than creating. It's like a take charge energy. And you're also going to have Mars going through your 7th house. So you'll have Mars and Jupiter in your 7th. So action in partnerships, but people that you're close to or with the public is big. Even on this day, September 6th, Mars is right on Venus. So let me see. I can't remember. I think I looked at your chart a couple of times okay. So I'm liking the Mars and the Venus together. This can kind of be a partnership, excitement, new and taking action. But it's emotional energy, though. It's tribal energy. It's family energy. Women comes up strong. So in whatever you do, if you work with the public, especially anything with women, homes, housing, property, that would be big here. but taking action, money, values comes up as well. Wow, you got the sound effects, girl. What's going on over there? Holy shit. Now, I will say that you have something at the end of August. Let me see here. So I can get on that really quickly for you. Yeah, nurturing home and family comes up again for you. You're going to have something that's kind of like a surprise, something different, something new. Let me see where this is at. 8 degrees. Oh, and it is work. Oh, okay. So you might be doing something that you haven't been doing normally. Are you feeling that like something new coming? Because it's something where you have a desire to kind of break free and you want to do something different. This is like some deep emotional stuff too, where I got to be the boss of me kind of energy.
Mhm.
And but it is really creative energy. But it talks about this new beginning for you, this breaking away energy. It kind of feels like a transformation, like a rebirth. So maybe it's just you saying, I'm just going to break away just so I can get a vacation type of thing. But Uranus energy isn't normally vacation, but it does say I'm going to strike out on my own type of thing. Now, as far as the work, you got Saturn working through the third house of business and communication, networking. So you're busy. Now with the Saturn doing a retrograde, things can feel heavier.
Mhm.
Which can mean more work than usual. You will have creative endeavors, though. You have a very nice trine, and it's with group energy, actually. So organizing and doing something with group energies, if it's creative, you have or sound, music, like however you use your creativity. But your creativity is used in a way, and this energy is big here, where it's something where it really expresses who you are, and it shows me you create like as solo? You do like solo work? Where it's just you or something like that? Because it's got the 13 degrees. So either it's showing an expression directly of you, your appearance, maybe physical body, whether it's clothing. I don't know about that part, but Aries energy is coming up a lot.
Well,
So,
I cut hair for a living.
well, Aries would be the head.
Uh-huh.
That's for sure. So Leo hair, sun in the Leo, that would make sense. Do you need a break? Need to get away? Because the Uranus energy at around the September time is when you're going to be like, I need this. It'll be a need. So along with that, let me see money here. All right, you're going to have the sun going through the 8th house of income and values. Oh, you're going to kind of have a new reset going on in terms of emotions in the past, but also of shared values. But this is in the place of like your day-to-day routines. So work and health is combined here. Let me see if you have anything, because I already know what the end of the summer is going to be, because Jupiter is going to touch in with some stuff, and it's going to be like a rebirth. I would imagine you get busier then. Well, we're not that far out. Okay, you don't have anything there. I'm looking for the 4 degrees. You don't have anything. Like we have some big objects coming around the 4 degrees. They're already lining up right now. You don't have anything there. And that's really the big story of the summer for people who have objects at 4 degrees in air and 4 degrees in fire. And you don't have that. So for you, partnerships in that 7th house energy, again, women, but let me see here. 27, 5. Where's your Pluto? 12. Okay. 16. Yeah. God, the moon energy comes up a lot for you. Like, do you have mostly women or something?
Yeah.
God, the moon energy is
I
strong in your
know.
chart. Yeah. I mean, I see it in a lot of numbers here, and it's like, wow. Okay, well, that's fine. Hopefully they're paying you good. So I'm just saying.
No, I mean, I work around a bunch of women.
Oh, so not necessarily clients, but you're around.
Yeah.
Well, that would be workers, partners,
Mhm.
coworkers, energy like that. Let's see here. Yeah, I think towards the end of the summer is going to be probably the biggest highlight in terms of needing to break free and break away. Because even your Saturn, when it begins this retrograde, it, if you do outside creative stuff, like outside of cutting hair for a living, if you do other things, the Saturn and the Neptune energy coming together for you would be really strong, and that will begin actually in July. But you can internalize it too,
Mm.
where it's kind of like your thought process in your head of new creations, or, maybe even learning if you're gonna I don't know how that works for people who cut hair. If they have
Mm.
to recertify for stuff, I have no idea, but this can be that, higher education.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I was going to go take a 3-month course to become a barber so I can cross over from chiropractic
Good
to
idea.
barber. And so if that's showing up,
I like that for you because you have Mars in the 6th house of work, and
mhm,
it's at 22 degrees. It's a boss energy, but it's a very masculine degree, and it is men
I
energy,
cut a lot. I cut majority of men's hair.
Oh, okay, but you still got a ton of that moon. Okay, that's a good mixture then. Okay, well, there you go. Well, I would do that because you even have Jupiter, your great benefic energy in at 29 degrees, like the big money degree. You've
Mhm,
got it in the Gemini in the 6th house of your day-to-day routines and your work, your clients, your peers, your coworkers.
mhm,
So if you pick that up, that means you can do both. I mean, I know you said that, but that's
mhm,
what Gemini energy is all about. It's learning to do both, like left and right. It's
mhm,
learning to work both the energies, my left hand and my right hand. I'm doing that and this. It's a
mhm,
multitasker. It
mhm,
doesn't it can do multiple things, right? It has these multiple skill sets type of thing.
mhm.
And Jupiter says, I extra education, extended education, and it enhances and it learns. It loves to learn. So, in a way, for you, it would satisfy your Jupiter and Gemini energy of learning more skills for your job, for the job.
Okay,
So, it definitely is showing up because it's an exact connection.
okay.
Um, Let me see. Yeah, because it's gonna retrograde there. The funny thing, well, it's not funny necessarily, but it will touch this Saturn will begin a retrograde when it touches your Eris. Now, this energy can be feisty, fiery, angry energy, but she can also be the initiator and the starter of something.
Mhm.
So this, I don't know what your timeline was on this, but this is looking, you know, this kind of is soon. This would be
Mhm.
soon,
Mhm.
like in July, soon. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I don't know if that's when your class begins, but Saturn's retrograde begins like July 7th, and it'll be right on your Eris energy.
So should I? He told me I could start on a Saturday, and it could be like next Saturday if I wanted to.
Oh, for sure. If you can do it, then do it. Why delay? Yeah, I
Oh,
wouldn't delay.
okay. Because if it's in the, I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to start it on a day and then it not
Oh,
work.
no, no, no. These planets that I'm talking about are very slow moving. Okay, so the Saturn is right now sitting at 12 going on 13. So it's already conjunct your Eris. It's already conjunct. It's close enough. And we have Pallas Athena sitting right next to it. So it's telling me that you're strategizing, you're thinking about the future, you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about variety and how to expand. Like this is absolutely. Yeah, I would absolutely do this for
Okay.
sure because the Gemini is so strong you have it in your 5th house of creativity, which is also the hair in the head because Leo is the hair and it's in your 5th house, but you also have it in your 6th house. You have Gemini, you have a ton of Gemini. You've got all these planets and that Jupiter really really kicks it up a notch. So yeah, I would imagine wherever you work, they're going to be thrilled that you can do both, huh?
Yeah. Or move on after that.
She's like, "Get the hell out of there then." Oh, I get it. And then the September thing of very independent energy. Oh, ooh. Are you thinking maybe you might be able to do that and be like, just kind of I don't know.
He told me that
Cut hair out of the house. I don't know.
he told me that I could do every Saturday, and then I don't have, where I've been a cosmetologist as long as I have, I
Yeah.
don't have to take any test, just a written test.
Okay.
And then I'll get my barber's license. But
Okay.
where I work
That's sweet.
where I work is just like, a high turnover. Like, it's just a walk-in place. You just walk in, get a cut, go on, walk in, get a cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, and
So there's
so,
no built up clientele is what you're saying?
yeah, pretty much. And
Mhm.
it's just anybody can come in and work with you, and and
Yeah.
sometimes get really annoying. I didn't know if you've seen anything like that on there.
Well, Eris can get easily annoyed.
Uh-huh.
She definitely can. So that's why you'll probably be happy that
Mhm.
you've already taken the initiative and that you're gonna, try kind of start something to kind of alleviate some of that because she
Mhm.
gets feisty, she can get impatient. Um, let me see here. If I move this up just a little bit. No, you don't have anything there. Okay.
But you see kind of a breaking away in September.
Absolutely. Well, you're gonna want to.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that desire to feel like I need to break away. Now, how you handle that breakaway is up to you. I will say that it is at the 8-degree mark. So normally, uh, it's like a rebirth. So what would feel like a rebirth for you professionally? Because this is in your 10th house. Do you know what I'm saying? So you kind
Yeah.
of have to figure out what would that feel like? What would that look like for me? But it does scream independent energy, just so you
Mhm.
realize that. That's why I said, were you thinking of cutting hair out of the house or, I don't know, maybe you go to a place where they just do the booth rental type
Yeah,
thing and then you have your own clientele.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah, because that would if that's what it looks like for you, well, then, maybe you give it a try. But just be smart in whatever you do
Mhm.
because, the energy that we're all gonna be under is big confidence. We're all gonna have huge confidence. We're gonna be thinking about the future in terms of, "Oh, yeah, I could do that." And not to say that you can't, but when we're overly confident,
Yeah.
um, sometimes that overconfidence might come off a certain way where someone feels like, "Oh, you don't need us no more, huh?" You just never know how that's gonna turn out, so you never burn a bridge, you never close the door completely, right? You're leaving the room, but you're leaving the door open.
Yes.
And it's just being smart. That's all you're doing is being smart. You're not tearing down the bridge after you've crossed it, right? You wanna
Yes.
keep that bridge there. Bridges are important in your chart. Your moon is in Libra energy, so diplomatic and harmonious relationships super super important because you just never know. You may not like it or the location you may not like or whatever the hell the
Mm.
thing is. It's not me telling you that it's a failure. I'm not saying that.
Mhm.
I am because you have a lot of creative energy here and I feel like yeah, I think that you could do it. And Mars is also starting a new beginning for you in the workplace. You're having a Mars return also in the middle of the summer. To be exact, your Mars return is gonna start like, which means new actions, which means new coworkers, possibly new learning. Okay, so that's in end of July. So yeah, new skill set. Mars is a pioneer type of energy. It can be leader energy, boss of myself kind of energy, 22 degrees. I mean, this is in your natal chart. You have that degree, the boss at the job, the boss of my body, the boss of my mind, the boss of the job, right? And no
Uh-huh.
matter, whoever's around, boss of the coworker type of energy. But it's a new beginning. So on what level do you want to take that? These are things for you. You'll have to make decisions, choices, options. You're looking for variety. Mars gets bored easily. You follow?
Yes.
She's
I'm
like, who are you telling?
taking it all in.
Yeah, who are you telling that my Mars gets bored easily? Well, it's a body that would feel like it's constantly it's lively activity, lively with the mouth, lively with communication and talking and
Mhm.
negotiating and just having a constant rapport, but it's also physical stuff. It likes to learn and it wants to be kind of hands-on and active. And if it has a variety, then your Gemini energy, your Mars and Gemini energy will be happy with the variety. Very happy with the variety. Mars is quite independent too. So I would say that, the learning, Mars in Gemini also signifies that. Okay. Now, if you, for whatever reason, feel like you have to wait, it's the energy is still with you to start something new, towards the end of July. But I don't see why I wouldn't wait personally. You know, you already got the connections, you already have it on the table and you're willing to do it. So I would go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you see like moving residence or anything, or is that me moving in September?
Well, the workplace is gonna change because of the Mars activity.
Mhm.
As far as home, let's see here. 90, okay, where's your midheaven? Okay, there we go. 3 and 3. Okay, so if anything like that is gonna happen, I'm feeling here you're gonna have Chiron at 0 degrees, but it's not gonna get to your 3 until 2027. Um And that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a move,
Okay.
but you're definitely like a career change,
Okay.
not so much change, but even if it's just changing coworkers, you know, like
Hmm.
staying in the same career, but changing locations possibly because you
Uh-huh.
want variety. And variety means you might just add to something that you already do. You might test it out and just do a couple days a week somewhere else and stick because it's all about being able to pivot this energy that you're going to be in.
Okay.
It's about being able to pivot. So I think that you're in a good place. Just don't be so overly confident and like authoritative bossy energy. Not
Oh,
saying you are, but we will all be kind of feeling that way at this time. And as far as let me move this up a month a little bit here. So now the nodes are at 29 and let me see if you have a 29. You do have something there, but nothing in Pisces. You do have a moon. Okay. So your moon is going to get aspected here. The node is going to trine your moon, but it is in partnerships. It's in professional. It really kind of points to the professional partnerships. So it says that you're more sensitive. Um, Yeah, you're looking for experiences that teach you more than you can learn from books. It's a time to harness emotions because we're talking about moon, but that is also home and family, but the emotions in regards to relationships. You have the opportunity to forgive and forget, blah, blah, blah. Um, Signposts along the way, closer to your goals, doors open, people appear, opportunities arise. So again, because it's at 28 degrees and it's in the professional partnership realm, and this is in your ninth house, which will talk about your thoughts about your future, thoughts about the future. Now, something with family may change if it's not your physical home, because I don't, if anything like that happens, I think 2027 might be the thing, only because Chiron will get there on your fourth house cusp line. Um, but this north node touching on with your natal moon, it can be, yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you got Regulus there, you got Pallas Athena up there. Yeah, I think you would have to, let me switch this out real quick. Look at something else really quickly just to double check. Oh, okay. So, let's see. Let's see. Oh, the hair thing is going to be a big thing for you. Yeah, according to this other chart. Okay. Yeah, an increase with public. As far as the home stuff, there is some wounds here around this. This other chart is showing. So, but the wounds there can represent more of you needing to make. It's more of an internal, emotional, foundational thing. Mom, home, and family. I'm not seeing a whole lot of other objects in this chart that say that this person's going to be moving physically, like their home space. So again, I'm kind of going to stick to 2027 if there's anything on the radar for you for then. Okay. If that
Okay.
makes more sense for you. But like in the next few months, it doesn't look like it. It looks like the education and the
Mhm.
learning and, acquiring a new skill set
Mhm.
is absolutely what's on the menu for you for the next few months.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. And those partnerships are huge. That's where the big deal happens in that Libra energy of partnerships and working with the public.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you are welcome. Glad I could help.
All right. Thanks again.
Yeah, you take care. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, Frank, you are up next. Is Frank here? I know Frank is probably here. Let's get Frank up here. Where's Frank at? Let me get a thing for Frank. Frank's going to want to. Oh, hold on. Let me help Tammy get out of this room or out of this back room. There we go. Let's get this. Okay, Frank, are you there? Okay. Okay, Frank, there's your link. I think I put it. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's get the boss man's chart up. Let's see. I've already got it kind of here. Oh, I wrote that wrong. Oh no, I got it right. So Frank, did you grab the link? I see that you're there. Oh, teamwork. Yeah. The name of his channel was Boone. Yep. Christy said it right there. Yeah. He had a video that came out. Teamwork. I think it was on the same day of your surgery. It was the day his video came out, I think. And he literally was moving that day. I'm just glad that his struggles are over, honestly. He's been struggling for so long. But he will definitely be missed. All right, Frank, it says, well, we'll give Frank a second. It says device is not connected. So just give it a minute to get Frank in here. And let me get Frank's chart on the screen while he's doing that. Oh, it's got it on the wrong chart. What do you know? Oh, maybe I got to do that. Stop. Yes, thank you. Okay. There we go. And thank you, by the way, Tammy. I can't remember if I said thank you, but thank you for the channel gift. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. It is sad news, Christy. It was. And it was, yeah. It was sad. Like this video itself is really sad too, because he's literally in his truck driving to the new location, which is what all his videos used to be when he wasn't as sickly. And you could just hear him in the video. Like some of his words, it sounded like they were slurred. Like it sounded like he was about to pass out as he was driving. It sounded that bad. He had congestive heart failure. He had like a bad heart valve, and they supposedly performed a procedure on him, like I think over a year ago, and it was supposed to, from what I understand anyway, it was supposed to take care of the problems, but it definitely didn't. He had wounds opening up all over his body, and it was just sad. He was supposed to go to the doctor's appointment just days before. So Frank, it says devices not connected. I don't know if you're having technical difficulties. So Frank, I don't know where you're at. It says my browser is blocking the mic and cam. Yeah, that means you would have to fix the security. And if you don't want to, that's okay. I can do the chart without you coming on here, but I can't control your browser for you. I'm not saying you're asking me to. I'm just saying I can't help you with that. That's all I'm saying. Wish I could. Yeah. So it wasn't until a few days after he posted his video that one of his good friends, his buddy Mark came in under the comments a few days after the video had been posted and said, I just wanted to let everybody know that our friend Dennis has passed. And I thought, oh my God, holy shit. Because you don't know. I thought maybe I didn't know if it was true. And I thought, oh my God. So I had emailed somebody who I know who knows Dennis, who lives where Dennis lives in Texas. And I thought maybe they can reach, maybe, they could confirm. And they hadn't even known about it. And I felt like shit. I'm like, oh, good God. I thought, yeah, I was just like, is it true? Is it, is this real? Is this a real, anyway, she was like, oh my God, I didn't even know. And so that's where it's at. I mean, I think, yeah, it's just a sad story, but he will definitely be missed. Okay. So Frank, I feel like I need to start your reading. I know you're trying to get on here, with the technical stuff. I know it's a pain in the ass, but I gotta, yeah, it is very sad, Christy. All right, let me get this on here. And if Frank gets it, yeah, Frank, do you want me to go to another person? I know it doesn't make sense because how can you try to fix this unless you're trying to get on here? But then like we're sitting here waiting, so I'm kind of like stuck on the runway. Yeah. Oh, it says Frank is in the studio. Let's see. Oh, you figured it out, Frank. Woohoo, you did it. Yay. Frank did it. I knew he would. He is the tech guy. I knew he'd figure that shit out. All right, let's get him up here so we can. Hey, Frank, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am
Me?
good. I am
Yeah,
good.
I'm a tech guy, but I couldn't figure that out. So I had to.
You did. You're here.
Well, I switched
You're-
browsers.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's get the boss man's chart.
Uh-oh, I can hear me really loudly in the background.
Yeah, very good.
Here, let me cut this down here.
Yeah, if possible, that'd be great.
Oh, I hear. I know what's up.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah. All right, while you're doing that, we're going to get
Is that
to
better?
this. I'll let you know if I don't, as long as I don't hear me. So
Okay.
far, I hear nothing.
Okay, great. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, great.
Very good.
Whew.
Okay, so here is the June 14th chart that you mentioned, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there it is, sun and moon together. There is your north node, 23 degrees.
Mhm.
All right, so this is in your 5th house of creativity. Okay.
Okay.
Now you have, well, you had a whole list of things, actually. You had a lot of objects that you said were being aspected. So let me see where your,
The ascendant is conjunct my natal ascendant. The
Well-
midheaven is conjunct my natal midheaven. Yeah, I just
okay,
know a lot
so,
of different conjunctions.
well, if you, yeah, maybe it's, let me flip over to this. Okay, here we go. I got your stuff. Okay, so fortune conjunct my natal ascendant. Yeah, let me see that. I don't, yep, 16 degrees. So your natal ascendant is at what degree?
29.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So Fortuna is at 16 in this chart. Sorry, don't know. Maybe we're looking at different things. Let me go look at the vertex. Is conjunct my natal vertex.
It might be the time because I was doing Eastern time at 10:55 p.m. I don't know if that makes a difference. I know Fortune who's
Oh,
around
yeah,
pretty-
yeah. That actually would make a difference, Frank. Yeah, that would make a big difference. Here, let's do this. Let me go do that. Open. Okay, so where's the F? There you are. Okay, let me go find the live stream and see where we're at here. All right, let's do it this way. Okay, and so let's move this up. And so where are you currently located? That's what I'll put in here. How about that?
Oh, okay. Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Actually, Forest Acres, South Carolina. And I don't know if it's like a suburb. I don't know if that would make that much of a difference.
Oh, the city would be good.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'll have to go find those coordinates for that location because they won't have that in here. Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. Let's get that on here. If I could spell South Carolina. There we go. I think we got it now. Okay, so let's get this ahead for you. Alrighty, let's go back a few days here. Could have just went ahead and just jumped on it. All right. 23 new moon is at 24, so we're going to move this up. Okay, so we're going to
It now that new moon is exact at 10:55 p.m.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Sorry.
Yep. It might be faster. Okay. 24. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Got the Fortuna right on your ascendant. Bam. There it is. Yeah, Fortuna moves fast. Right. And the ascendant right there. Okay. So what do you know about your ascendant? Capricorn energy, right? Your physical body, your appearance,
Mm-hmm.
the authority, but my long-term goals maybe for my body, appearance, 29 degrees, usually a critical degree. The 29 with the Capricorn energy, when we think physical body, we think, spine, we think, all the hard Capricorn stuff, teeth, knees, things like that. But the new moon itself, let's first just focus on the new moon. 24, 23, you're 23 degrees. This is very independent energy, okay? But it's in the placement of your creativity, right? Children, if you have children, this would be a thing as well. Some people, their creations are their children. But what about coworkers? Do you feel like you have coworkers and friends that might be felt as if they were children? Because the 23 degrees is group energy. Even though it's solo, like I'm independent, but it's also part of the group, the collective kind of energy. Okay. And it's using, Gemini, the technology, the devices, the networking, the communication. So it's a new beginning, some sort of a new creative endeavor. Are you learning something new? Are you learning something new for creativity? Is there a new creative project that you're working on? Maybe teaching, because it's the Gemini stuff.
Okay.
Anything with creating?
Yeah,
Learning,
actually, at work, I'm getting ready to start a project that's going to require that I learn like AI generated animation, like cartoon animation. I'm really not a fan of AI, but
I know nobody is. I know. I know. I know. I get it. I'm not a fan of it either.
That's,
so 23 degrees would absolutely be the AI degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without a doubt. So the learning part and the new beginning and it's right there. And the fact that you're not a fan of it, well, sure, you even have Pandora's box pretty close to it right there at 19 degrees. Yeah. Well, where it's just like, oh, I'm totally not a fan of this. Now the Saturn energy is the ruler of your Capricorn on the ascendant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the Saturn up in the sky is in your second house of income and money, like what you do for a living, your work. You follow? So we're connecting the dots here. And now we go to your natal Saturn. What does it do? Oh, it does work. It's a creative worker, right? Images, imagery, sound. It does all of that. And it's all in your first house. And you even have the North Node sitting right there on your Saturn.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So this new thing, this new endeavor, this new project, this new work, right? Now, this would also speak to work for yourself, but maybe even the location of yourself. I think you recently mentioned you were able to make a move at the job, right?
Yeah, just in the location in the office.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Saturn is like boss energy, by the way. I'm just saying. And you have the North Node on your Saturn. And it's basically because of your creative work, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's in the first house, so the physical body and its location in relation to work. But leading and very independent. Like this is an independent thing. Are you the only one who's doing this kind of work? But this would...
Yes, actually I am.
Well,
yes.
Yeah. Well, this definitely,
One-man team.
yeah. And then some sort of an opportunity likely too on this day because of the vertex and the anti-vertex. You see that? Like you said, that
Mhm,
it's right on your stuff. These are points of fate in your chart, and it
mhm,
is connected to the Pisces and the Virgo. So it is work, it is the details. And how do we bring the details together to create the magic? That would be Pisces, to create the magic. Now,
mhm,
if we're not talking about your job, then your physical body. What are you doing with your physical body? Is there something with the details? Virgo is about hygiene, cleanliness. Virgo wants to be, kind of organized energy, as does Saturn, but it's striving for perfection and it can get lost in the details. The opportunities, the fated energy with the vertex might be something or somebody that might be a little on the extreme side. So maybe you're, once you get your hands dipped into it, maybe you're like, holy shit, this is like otherworldly almost. It's like a dream come true in a way. There might be something about it that appeals to you. Because it might feel like you're creating in a way where you never knew was possible. Like there might be parts of it where you just might see something beneficial because
mhm,
it can be dream work also when we have Saturn and Pisces together. Because you may use it in your own personal way as well. Like you're learning for work, but then there might be some other aspect of it that you're able to kind of like, off ramp it with something of your own because you're so creative. But it's opportunities, it's fated energy, which means it just means that you come along an event or a conversation, and it's what you do with it that makes the difference. That makes it whether it's not as if something happens and you're like this victim. You take a role in it. You either pick up on the conversation or you walk away from it. You are either like, yeah, I want to be part of this or I don't. You're not just a person who's going to stand by because you have choices and options. And that's the Virgo energy with the Mercury, the talking and the communicating and the connecting the dots. And connected to the Pisces, this maybe is an opportunity to connect with somebody at the job who's an authority figure. I don't know if you work for an institution, but the
no,
imagery stuff with the Pisces, sound and music, maybe there's somehow you're incorporating that. But I feel like surrender is a big deal with Pisces and acceptance.
mhm.
And maybe that's also a piece of it for you, is the surrender and the acceptance of, well, this is this is what the demand is. And if you don't, if you don't change, if you're not flexible with it, well, then that would probably be a problem,
Yeah, I
right?
feel like I feel like, this is,
Well, then you're the dinosaur, in other words, is
yeah,
what it means.
exactly. I
And if you
gotta,
don't want to be that, if you need an
no,
income, if you need that, well, then this is a big deal. And so surrender would be Pisces energy. It says accept, surrender, be flexible, go with the flow. That's the Pisces energy. So it's like you have an opportunity to do that here. And now maybe this means additional opportunities too. Maybe it's not just this specific thing you're talking about at work. Maybe there's
mhm,
some other opportunities with friends and with coworkers. Maybe there's some other stuff that comes along the way at this time. Because normally for Gemini stuff, it's usually lots of choices and options.
mhm,
And so talking and networking is big. The thing with the 23 degrees too, just so you know, because that's your node, something really interesting about it here is it asks you to learn for the sake of just expanding your ideas in your brain. And to just look at it strictly like that, in a way to just have a rapport with other people and, give and take and share an information, and to just be kind of happy with that, kind of be happy with the learning process itself, but also to live your authentic life. And so authentically being creative is important, and saying that you can inspire others to do the same. Uh,
the funny thing is like, it was probably about a week and a half ago to, where one of the executives said he wanted to do update a video and asked if I had done anything with AI. And that's when I started doing some research, and my initial reaction was like, oh Jesus, I really don't want to do this.
You don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
No. And but then I found that I already had some existing software that will do it. So just had not explored it yet, and I started
Yeah.
digging into it a little bit, and it actually seems like it might be kind of cool, kind of fun. And I'm always the kind of person that really enjoys just diving into something new. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I just have always had a bad taste in my mouth about AI because it just seems like it's taking away
Oh yeah,
opportunities for creatives.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Until we figure out a way how to utilize it, how to harness it,
Yeah.
until they create ways of like creating guidelines around it
Yeah.
where it's not.
Good luck with
Yeah.
that, right?
I know, right? The greed definitely overcomes. But until that comes, until that happens, which I would think eventually in some way, even if it's not structured the way we would normally think, like, oh, the government has to step in. Well,
hmm
maybe individuals step up, and they, if individuals step up to the degree where they reject it,
Yeah.
and companies themselves privately, and it comes down to the consumer. It comes down to the consumer rejecting something. I mean, that's the way it works.
So, is this mainly what you're seeing? Is like stuff related to work?
Well, but the other thing with friends.
I don't have any friends. No, I didn't mean it like that.
But you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
Gemini energy, first of all. So that energy isn't about like deep bonds. Let's just, so we're clear.
Yeah.
Associates. How about
Yeah.
that? You like that word better?
Yeah, I try to keep to myself at work.
How about peers?
Are you trying
I'm
to
just saying these are
trying to
different
placate
words
me?
because you are connected to a group, whether you like it or not. It's 23
Yeah.
degrees. It is independent, but you're still connected to a group in some way. And um, this energy wants to have a good time. It wants to have fun, and it gets joyful when it's learning.
Yes.
Gemini in the 5th house, writing can give you joy. I know you do that creatively.
Mhm.
Let me see what else your thing said. Transiting Saturn is conjunct my natal Chiron. Oh no, that one was the one that was okay.
Yeah.
Vertex got that one. Fortune on the ascendant. Yeah. So if Fortune's on the ascendant at the 29 degrees, you learning this new thing could probably be a really good thing for you. But Fortune also at the 29 degrees is supposed to kind of, I don't know, it's supposed to maybe bring you some beneficial energy. And again, this is very quick energy.
Yes.
It's just super fast. But this talks about social status, success in life, the ability to be at the right place at the right time. So maybe on this particular day, this is a Sunday. Yeah, I don't know if you work on Sunday, but
Nope.
maybe an authority figure. Maybe you're in the good graces of somebody else that day, or just being the authority of your own life on that day. Being organized and structured. Maybe with your creativity, maybe organized and structured in the home for your physical body, because your natal Saturn is all about the creative stuff that's in Pisces. And so that's where we always go back to, because we're looking at the 29 degrees and we're looking, it's Capricorn. How else do I understand this? Let me see what else you wrote down. Lilith is conjunct my natal Mercury and Venus. Okay, so let's go look at that really quick. Your Mercury and Venus are conjunct in Sagittarius at 17 and 19 degrees. And that's Lilith. So that would be shadow side. And it's talking about communication, possibly learning. And Venus is there with the money. Venus is at a boss degree, like authority figure degree. But it is a creative degree too. And so if the Black Moon Lilith is there, this is in your 11th house of group energy, by the way. So friends, group energy, and using technology. Again, this is on a Sunday. Do you do work from home?
No, I mean occasionally, but I don't have anything lined up
Okay.
right
But I
now.
mean, it wouldn't have to do with your regular 9 to 5 then.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking, right?
Oh,
It wouldn't.
no,
Yeah,
no,
this would be Saggy, which is like, you're working on your own type of energy.
yeah.
It's the freedom kind of stuff. Well, if you're, and maybe this is some of that. If you do work on the side,
Very rarely. Very
okay.
rarely. Yeah.
But maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe there's an opportunity. Maybe this date, maybe that's in addition to this, because this is a creative thing. And if you're doing work on the side, is it creative?
Yeah. It's yeah, pretty much. I mean, anything I do is either video or audio.
Okay. Well, this can be an opportunity for that as well, because you do creative work professionally and also, on the side professionally or whatever, right? So it can be that too. It's independent energy. It's Sagittarius going on a journey. Maybe you want to take a road trip. Maybe you want, decide maybe you're making travel plans in general, but it's something that's might be unconventional and different. But maybe even independent, right? In the 11th house, maybe has something to do with astrology. I don't know. I mean, it's in the 11th house of I'm learning, but I'm higher education. I'm searching for wisdom and knowledge. It's your Mercury and Venus together. And so that combination is like at the opposition, right? Because it's all kind of conjunct your south node of Sagittarius energy. And the Sagittarius energy is the beliefs about something. And you have Saggy in the 11th house. So it's your beliefs. Oh, I don't know about AI. 11th house is AI.
Oh, wow,
So
yeah.
maybe you're kind of, wrestling with it. I
Yeah.
can see the good. I can see the bad. Maybe you're wrestling with it, right? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe do you get bumped up a notch? Do you get a little recognition because you've learned a little bit more and now you're able to do this kind of work as well? Do they recognize and acknowledge that? Will that happen for you? It's possible because it's a new moon on your north node. I'm looking for, it's the sun and the moon right there. Maybe you get some recognition and acknowledgement for the learning. Maybe there's like a bonus or something. It's possible. Maybe it's nothing more than a freaking handshake. I don't know. Good job, Frank. Good
That's
job.
more than likely it.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, isn't he great? And all this talk, because that'd be Gemini. All this goddamn talk, and you're like, show me the money? Like, where's the money? Damn it. Maybe there's promises of money or something because it's Venus and Mercury together up there in Sagittarius energy. Okay. But your Lilith, you know her. She's the shadow side. So it's going to be judgments. That's Sagittarius is always about judgments. We make judgments on other people, subconscious judgments, blah, blah, blah. And let me see. Ascendant midpoint conjunct my natal ascendant exact, transiting ascendant midpoint. Yeah, there's a big focus on you. Do you feel like this is some wicked ass energy? Like you have something bad coming for you? Transiting sun.
Oh, wow. I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't.
Oh, no. Okay, well, good, because I don't see that at all.
I was just, I pulled this up this morning.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm just looking at all these transit positions and I'm going like, wait a minute, and just so many conjunctions. And I didn't even really look at any other aspects like any kind of trines or squares. I thought, but no, I don't have any.
Look here, even the Mercury, look at Mercury in Cancer. It's at 18 degrees, but what's your midheaven? 18 degrees of Scorpio. Well, look at that. So that's like, maybe it does trigger the rewards and recognition up there. You see that? Because when the midheaven gets triggered, midheaven on midheaven, sometimes recognition is a thing. And that recognition might create some sort of a change and a transformation because your Neptune's there. That would be something that might provide some healing energy of the past of not getting the recognition.
Cool. Yeah.
So maybe it's like we said, just getting recognition for having learned and done something, adapted a new skill set.
So
But
something a little bit more exciting than work related.
well, I would hope so, because eventually you'll have Jupiter going through your 6th house.
Yeah.
It's going fast at the end degrees of Cancer here. So, but it is going to get on your descendant, which is 29 degrees of Cancer. That's supposed to be a big deal. Let me know if it ends up being big for you. I would love to know.
Okay.
I still haven't met that billionaire who's got anything at 29. They are like, nope, I ain't got nothing.
I know.
It takes multiple things in a person's chart. It really does. It
Apparently,
takes
I don't have
multiple
them.
things. Yeah, me neither. Absolutely not. So yeah, on this day, I feel like it's a lot of the energy you're already in. The significant one-on-one relationships. The big change for you will be, by the like a week later, or no, I'm sorry, the end of the month, you'll have Jupiter now in your 7th house. Actually, June 21st. Yeah, you got Jupiter conjunct your descendant, about to enter your 7th house of relationships. So when that happens, yes, it should provide more opportunities where you're meeting people. You'll probably maybe have something happen with the public, maybe more opportunities with the public, but partnership energy, personal and professional, will be amped up as you have all Leo in your 7th house for the next 12 months.
Could I ask you this? What is that? Looks like 2 backwards P's at 10 degrees of Leo. What is that? I know this.
Okay, so this right here.
Yes.
Okay, this is an Egyptian sun god. And it talks about being able to take control of a situation. It's a lot of boss energy. To overcome obstacles, to find resolutions. It's insights that enable you to get past blocks or ways in which to work around them. So it's the workaround energy. So in your natal chart, that's what you would really need to look for.
And what's it called? What's the name of it?
Oh, I'll give you the spelling. Amun, the Egyptian sun god, also known, some might call it Ra.
Okay. Amun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Amon, it says. It gives them both.
Okay.
But so in your natal chart, those arrows are right here. Oh, how funny. You have them you have it at, I think it says 0 degrees Scorpio. Yeah, you have it at 0 degrees Scorpio. Oh, ways to find resolutions, the workarounds, and it's in Scorpio. Wow. It's in your 9th house. That's freaking fascinating. So it has to do with your future as well.
So I've seen that. I just couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, well, this software has a couple of things that it'll pull up, like for all the Egyptian asteroids and stuff. But anyway, so yeah, so this is how this energy would work out for you. It would be in deeply bonded relationships. So it's going through your 7th house, but where's yours natally? In Scorpio at 0 degrees, shared values. It's the change, it's the transformation energy. So an opportunity maybe for deeply bonded energy, maybe a little bit of the past coming back in terms of partnerships. And it doesn't have to be people that you even know. Yeah, but you don't really have anything in Leo necessarily in your 7th house. It's kind of empty in that way. But what else would be there? The sun, right? Well, where's your sun? In Capricorn. So it takes you back to professional partnerships, it means, and work. You see?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're asking me, do you think this is all professional? Well, it's pointing out that way. Yeah.
That sounds so boring.
Well, you're creative and, you can do whatever you want to do, but being the freedom and the independence is going to be a big deal for you. And, beliefs, your beliefs around those things, like, you might have, because your South Node is in Sagittarius at 23, that's an energy that tends to be really focused, right? And it does like to explore, but because your North Node's in Gemini, it wants you to stay open to constantly learning, like for the rest of your life.
Maybe
That's the
this
North
AI
Node in
thing won't,
Gemini.
maybe this AI thing won't be as bad as maybe
No,
I should.
you're probably gonna get a little bit of. I mean, this is in the placement of joy in your happy place. You're
Yeah.
feeling like a kid again. You even said cartoons, hello, or animation. I'm sorry,
Oh,
animation.
yeah, no, it's actually cartoon type
Okay,
animation. Yeah.
then cartoon. There you go. I'm just saying. Definitely make you feeling like a kid again. You're working with stuff that you're like, oh my God, am I really doing this?
Maybe I should stop kicking and screaming and just let go and enjoy it.
Absolutely. That's Gemini. It enjoys it just because it's learning.
Yeah.
It's the learning process that it finds the joy in, and the sharing of the information. That
Well,
is for sure.
I guess that's not so bad.
Yeah. All right. So for the next one, okay, so the next one is at the end of the month for you. Let me go to the days here and see what yeah. All right, so we've got, right. I did take a quick look at this one. So the 8 degrees,
Yeah.
8 degrees in Capricorn.
And I don't know if the difference between 8:10 and 7:55 is going to make a difference as far as the time.
Oh yeah, I don't have it over here. So what do you, let me see.
I think it was 7:55.
I have the
PM.
chart. Let me look at it really quick. What is this, the June? Let's see here. Yeah, 7:55. Let me get that on here real quick. It'll be faster than trying to go through all those damn digits. And you're in
Columbia.
yeah. I'm like, where's he at? I just created that chart. Oh, so you're like in the same place you were born, really?
Unfortunately.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the software is really pissing me off. It won't let me get off of this. I didn't realize. I didn't even look. I didn't pay attention. It's been so long since I just see your chart all the time. I don't really pay attention to the location.
That's why the first time you read my chart, you said Columbia, South Carolina, and I said, yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. So, yeah, same thing. 8 degrees. All right. So you don't have anything in Cancer at the opposite end. I mean, you do have something, but it's not at the 8 degree mark.
Mm-hmm.
You do have Isis at 5, and you do have Hygeia, which is a health report card around home, your emotions, family, related to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the 6th house, related to work. And of course, this is at 11 degrees. So the AI, the groups, the friends, the technology, right? And Cancer is also creative energy, by the way. But it's reminding you of the past, possibly, of course, especially when we think childhood and cartoons. Did you watch cartoons as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, really? Okay, here we go. I mean, who didn't?
I know.
So a full moon on your moon. Now, this is deep because this talks about the past, okay? But it's not just the past in this lifetime because it's in your 12th house, okay? But your goals, your work goals, it might be a release of a long-standing goal, dream work even, right? There might be something that you dreamt of doing where you're like, maybe that's not so much the thing for me anymore. Because it's kind of hard to escape when you have the AI number. I mean, I keep saying tech, but oh my God, you've got your Pallas Athena there and your sun all at the 11 degrees. Mm-hmm. So the Capricorn energy is a mom and dad mixture. So the long-term goals, but being the authority figure. This energy talks about the possibility of just, Capricorn and Moon mixed together says, I don't have a whole lot of emotions about something. However, your Moon is in the 12th house. So this Moon in the 12th does have emotions and empathy and understanding. So you have this very mixed energy of I can be cold and distant possibly, or detached even, or and then at the same time, somebody else may see me as very sympathetic and very, maybe even quite, sensitive. Okay. Because of the 12th house energy, sensitivities. So having a full moon there is a release of this old cycle, and maybe some understandings about the past and some of the wounds and the traumas, maybe mom and family energy too, but maybe dad and mom energy for sure, with the moon in Capricorn and it at 8 degrees. Now, the work aspect is part of this too. So having a release on shared values. And again, you have nothing over here, but the emotions might be kicked up just because it's work, and whether it's coworkers, do your coworkers feel like family because you're always around them? Or no, I think you said you work kind of independently. But it usually represents an end of a cycle. So ending the old way that you used to work and create. If AI is coming online and they're asking you to use it, then I would imagine it's really changing even your tools that you're using to some degree.
Yeah. To some degree, yeah. It's going to require me to learn some new software, which is not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be fun. I don't probably act like it, but but maybe this is just that, Capricorn moon.
Well, a Capricorn moon wants to definitely be structured and organized. And so when the structure and organized, work that I used to do, if that, is switching up and changing, well, then that feels like, it doesn't feel so stable.
Right. Yeah.
Saturn energy can even bring up fears. Because it's Saturn energy. But having the full moon on the moon absolutely will end some sort of a cycle for you. And it's a work cycle. It's a work routine. It's the goals of the job even changing possibly. Or unless you feel like, oh my God, I might not have a job. Is this what this means? But this is more like the deeply psychological parts of your being when we talk about the 12th house.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you're not so much behind the scenes, because this definitely says I'm a behind the scenes type of thing, which is what that would be for you for sure, right?
Yeah.
Creating stuff and putting it all together, and nobody knows the face that does all that work. These are people that work in libraries. These are people that work, these are people who just, stage and screen. They're behind the scene. Nobody sees them. So that is literally what you're doing. So unless you feel like, is that what it's going to be? I don't know about that, but I think it's going to change how you feel about something in terms of work for sure. And the past comes back. So again, the trauma and the wounds of the past, I don't know if you can see this in your chart. You actually have quite a few objects here. You have karma here at 6.
Yes.
You even have another Egyptian sun god. I don't know how many of them there were, but this one is Aten. Wait a minute.
Aten.
Yeah, that's what that one is. Aten. You've got that one here. It's about absolute power, representing life-giving force of light to the world.
I'm going to get something to write down with.
Pardon me? How you become aware of the universal life force in your personal relationship to the creator.
I want to get a pen and paper. What is that again? ATE?
Aten. 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 Yeah. It's like this God creator energy and your ability to connect with that. And then it's conjunct, and then you have Hathor right there, an Egyptian goddess of fertility. It's more creative energy, of course. But it talks about strong creative bursts that come through, bursts of creativity or invention. Very unique energy, acting with courage, the courage of your convictions, finding creative ways to bring joy to others. It's a mother goddess of Egypt, Hathor. So you have both of those. Hathor's at 8 on that moon. Really creative energy. And then Aten, Aten, or Aten, however they say that, at 6. So work comes up yet again because it's at 6. But you know, when we mix the combination together, because 6 can be health too, and then you have karma there at 6 degrees in Capricorn as well. Holy shit, Frank. You do have quite a lot here. I feel like the full moon, you're right, the new moon and the full moon are big for you. But maybe not in really super drastic ways. You know, this one is definitely deeply psychological. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
This one is more of, you know, I would imagine doing that kind of work and then, you know, thinking about things from childhood that you never thought of before. It's going to kind of stir those deeper waters. But karmic energy here at the 6 degrees talks about, yeah, just the balance of what you put out and what comes back to you. It's just karma. But work and long-term goals and the commitment kind of energy, duty, responsibility, that's all part of this. And so this is all part of this whole cycle for you. So I feel like it's definitely connected to work. Other than the Capricorn stuff, I feel like it's definitely connected to work, but the bonds of the past. And maybe you even have some strong bonds, like soul stuff with people that you work with as well.
Not really.
Well,
I'm just kind of being silly.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is we can have those strong bonds, and a strong bond doesn't mean that they represent as someone that we want to be close to or that we are close to.
Yeah.
There's these hidden bonds that, well, they can come up in a lot of different ways. You know, the plethora of personalities that can be, I don't know, a pain in the ass. They can be, you know what I'm saying? Like that can, those people, they absolutely are in our life for a reason.
Yes.
They present those experiences, those challenges, I guess I should say. So, yeah, I don't know if let me see if you have anything else. The sun's over there, Jupiter's there. See, this is where Jupiter is in your 7th house of relationships now. And, okay, wow, it's so wild. You have nothing really in Leo. 0, the nodes are at 1. So yeah, this is the North Node now sitting on your Saturn. For the June 14th, it was at 2 degrees. Now it's at 1 degree. So yeah, it's very much about the creative work. Very much about the creative work.
Getting my butt in gear and keep writing some music too. Maybe, you know.
Oh, for sure. Whatever your creative work is. Yeah. Doesn't have to be for the man. It could be your own creative work. You know?
That's kind of what was kind of disappointing. You know, it's like, oh, this is all about helping out the man, you know?
Oh, so, but it doesn't mean that you can't also be doing some of your own creative stuff. Yeah. But, you know, yeah, chances are it's both. Chances are it's definitely both because you do creative stuff in both areas of your life. It's just how you use your creativity. That's it, plain and simple. So however you use it, whenever you use it, that's where this energy gets triggered because of the creative stuff in your 5th house and all the other stuff that I told you. Saturn is creative. All your 12th house is creative. And it's creating for who? For corporations. I mean, that's just what you have in your 12th house.
Oh, you're great, G.
Okay, well, I hope it helps.
Yeah.
That's what we got going on here. And yeah, so we discussed the Jupiter at the opposition. It's the partnership energy that gets triggered, and maybe new partnership, maybe extra, maybe some side gigs or something. It's a possibility for sure.
Mm.
Natal moon, yes, because it's a full, okay. Conjunct my north node. Yep, we covered it. Okay, I think that's it. I
Thank you
think we
so
got you covered.
Thank you.
All right, you are welcome. Thank you so much for the gift, for the channel gift. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right, you take care.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye. All righty, here we go. All right, I don't know where we're at. So I know Frank was number 2. And who was number 3? I remember number 3 writing their number 3 down. Was it Mr. Reborn? Okay, Mr. Reborn, are you here? Mr. Reborn, if you're here, that's great. You can pin the link. It will be the same for everyone. You don't have to dig it out every time you need it. Thank you, Mr. Reborn. Hey, Cats. Hey, Steffi G. Cats and Steffi G. Look at that. And Healing Readings by Donna Marie. Look at that. How's everyone doing? Whirling through, cooking dinner. Hey, what are you making for dinner? Monica, how are you? Mr. Reborn said, I am here. All right, Mr. Reborn, what am I looking at? Let me see if I can find your chart. I know I got it here somewhere. There we go. That was easy. All right, that's a December 28th. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So everybody knows next. Let's see here. The next Saturday is the Astro class. Yep. Next Saturday night, Astro class begins at 7 p.m. If you want to be a part of that, send me an email down below. Each Astro class is recorded. So if you feel like you're behind, you could always catch up and you could watch the Astro class at your convenience at any time, at your speed. All right, is Mr. Reborn ever the Capricorn? Work and things related, please. Ah. That's so funny. Let me get that off there. Okay. All right, let me get a little bit familiar with this Capricorn. Oh, no wonder Mr. Reborn loved that damn chart, Frank. Frank was 29 degrees. All right, Mr. Capricorn. So here we go. You've got all this Capricorn energy. And your Saturn is up there in relationships, professional partnerships, bonded energy, deeply bonded energy. Maybe, yeah. Sometimes Libra sometimes that energy can come out in a really creative way. Yeah, it trines this. I see this in your chart right here. The sun god. The ability to find the workarounds. Look at that. With a resolution. You see that? 23 degrees in Aquarius. Ah, so you're going to have some unconventional resolutions. You're going to figure out because you're going to have a super unique, I mean, extreme unique way of thinking and coming up with ideas. Really good inventor energy here. Your Saturn trines this. That is actually nice. Yeah, you've got a lot of power when it comes to, because your Pluto's up there at 26. I like that for you. And you even have this oracle energy in Gemini. Learning. Yeah. Just like Frank's chart, a joy for learning, sharing information. Okay, so another Cappy. That's right. Hey, Gibby. How the heck are you doing? Ever the Capricorn work and things related, please. Okay. So as far as long-term goals and commitments and work, this is at a really expansive degree. This is like a mixture. Can also be like, I don't want to use the word rigid, okay, because this isn't a sign of balance. But this can be really organized and really structured and perfection energy. Yeah. This is deeply bonded energy, and this can represent your work, your current work. Can also represent authority figures at the work. But it can also say, I am the authority figure. I am the boss of my own work even, or I'm the boss in the partnership even. Professional partnerships. Yeah, nice trine there. Okay. So you have 29 degrees Scorpio on that midheaven. Woo, look at this. The fiery spirit, Scorpio, passionate, intense energy, very intense energy. At the 29 degrees, woo, this is some soulful stuff. Attachment energy is a big deal when it comes to Scorpio energy. It's going to be really, it hangs on to its long-term goals, its long-term commitments, which is great energy. Because how else can you get things accomplished? It's phenomenal for that. The long-term goals, though, the ultimate goal is it has to be meaningful and purposeful. You follow? And I think we even mentioned this in the past, didn't we? I could be wrong, but I think we've mentioned this of you doing some work, and I don't know whether it is deeply meaningful or not right now, or you're looking for that. But that's what would help for you. That's for sure. So what that tells me is Jupiter is going to be trining your midheaven pretty soon. So that's got to be kind of nice, huh? Yeah. Now that symbol you have at 28 degrees on your midheaven talks about having a fiery spirit. And it might even be a little combative, so the authority figure, maybe you're that way with authority figures because you're like, hey, I'm the authority, damn it. But sometimes to the point of maybe even breaking out into, fights, Scorpio. It's going to go to war. It's going to go to battle. But the Jupiter energy touching in with it for you. Yeah, let's see what we got going on. First, you'll have Venus, and then you'll have Jupiter talking up to her. Yeah, so this isn't far off. Literally, like you're already in it, but it'll increase. Jupiter can make one feel really, very confident type of energy. In Cancer, it can add to the emotions, so it's partnership energy. And this can have to do with work and professional partnerships. And a trine to that midheaven is lovely. Can bring recognition, can bring rewards. Yeah, I think that's a wonderful thing. So June 13th, it starts to get, it's like at 26 degrees already. Yeah, favorable time, recognition and opportunities in your professional and public life. So the timeline on this means doors of opportunity open. So this is, starting, like I said, June 13th. It goes all the way to like June 20th and to the end of June, actually, because it's the end of June that Jupiter, I believe, that Jupiter will change into Leo energy. So this is a nice time for you. Career, reputation, and life direction. So maybe you find opportunities in areas that just never opened for you before. Confidence definitely will be lifted. Renewed optimism is even part of this. A broader vision, especially in pertaining to like your future, because it's Jupiter and your midheaven. Holy crap, right? Well-timed opportunities and circumstances. Pursue ambitions, whether it's, trying to get the promotion, the raise, or a different job. Like if you're seeking, take initiative. Trust in your abilities. Whether it's career development, like studying, right? Additional learning, kind of like what we just talked about in Frank's chart, that he's doing some additional learning. Maybe travel. It's Jupiter. Maybe travel's connected to this. The whole idea is to expand your horizons and think beyond previous work goals, previous limitations. You might even have a focus on family though too, because we're talking Jupiter and Cancer. And if work is your family, then this is for you. The thing is with the Scorpio at the midheaven like that, again, like Frank's chart, deeply bonded energy. And it doesn't always have to be like beautiful. Like it can come across different ways. Souls, they have that deep connection. And it's about purpose, deeply meaningful purpose. Maybe something with authority figures comes up, like even mom and dad energy can come up at this time too, because it's all under the same energy when we talk about your midheaven. Midheaven can be like marriage, because it's about making long-term commitments. Okay. So whether whoever you're committed to for along the long haul. All right. Now, all these themes, all these things can come together and intertwine like with your public life in some way. Maybe something with homes and families and females, you know what I mean? Like maybe that becomes intertwined in a new goal. It just depends like what you do with your free will and what path you're on, how you use that. It can bring some ease and some good fortune. That's possible. Does require work though, because we're talking about your midheaven. It's not just handed to us, okay? It talks about an increase in your ability to recognize opportunities and your ability to then act on them and to take the initiative. I'm trying to see if you have. Yeah, see, even right now, like tonight, your second house cusp line, I think Jupiter is there right now as we speak. Yeah, Jupiter's trining your second house cusp line of income and money and finances. Yeah, really creative energy. You got Pisces at 25 there. You see that? So that's a beautiful thing. But again, we have to act on it. We have to do something with it. And your natal Jupiter is in Scorpio. Okay, that's what I was kind of looking for. Jupiter is your great benefic. I just had to double check this. Your Sirius is right next to it. So that bonded energy, doing something that's really meaningful is going to be important, because you want to see growth. That's the key word. When I say meaningful, like we want to see growth. We're not about little, frivolous shit, right? However, having your Jupiter in the 8th house, which it is in the 8th house, this speaks to other people's money and resources may also prove beneficial to you. So looking for the truth in life and the deep meanings of life. I hope that this has made sense for you, because you're going to come back and report to us. You're in the cycle. You are in the flow. You are in the flow with that Jupiter right there. And then that Venus is going to trine as well. Nice. Okay. Yeah, because Venus and Jupiter are coming together here. And that's going to be a big thing on your second house cusp line of values and money and income. So I am hoping for you that this means cha-ching. Let us know. Oh, yeah, I do have PayPal. It's my email, allastrology@gmail. I'll spell it for you. It's under the thing, allastrology@gmail. Yeah, what country are you in? I keep forgetting to ask. I'm sure I did, but yeah, where the hell are you at, Mr. Reborn? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can do PayPal though. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, it's the cycle you're in. You're, like I said, when I flipped on your chart, the Jupiter kind of just jumped out. Okay. I know, like it's a Capricorn night, right? You're in Denmark. Oh, snap. Well, hello, Denmark. Glad to have you here. Absolutely. How awesome is that? Sweet. All right. So who was after Mr. Reborn? That's the question. That's a big question. Oh, let me see. Let me keep scrolling. Christy said she's just listening. Yeah, so let me repeat in case anybody is here that wasn't here earlier, especially because I see a couple of names of people who've been here in the past, like Gibson, and who else was here? Gibson, you're Kat's Steffi G, maybe. Oh, Steffi G, I don't know if you know who Boondocking with Dennis is, but Gibson, you'd probably remember him. Yeah. 3:43 a.m. and you're working. Holy shit. Well, I was wondering. I'm like, what kind of timeline? That is wild. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, so the current information is saying that Boondocking with Dennis has passed. He's passed on. He had his very last video up this week, and I don't really know the circumstances. I just know he was really ill. His heart valve situation and his congestive heart failure, it never did anything for him when he had that surgery. It was like he went in and did all of that, and it was a big deal too when he went through all that, because he was in rehab forever. He was in the hospital for like months, between the hospital and rehabs, and it just, I mean, I guess it gave him, I guess, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good thing, but I feel like all it did was give him like 12 months to live. And I don't know if they told him that, maybe they did. Maybe he knew that and never talked about it, not like that way, and I have a feeling that might have been the case. Yeah, Gibson. Yep. I know. And I found out, it was so weird. I was watching his latest video, and in his latest video, he was talking about, moving to my new home, because he had been staying in a friend's apartment instead of his truck because of the wounds opening up all over his body. he has to stay horizontal, and he couldn't stay horizontal in the truck anymore because he was boondocking. So a buddy of his who was super gracious, he gave him, the dude travels, but he let him stay in his apartment for almost a year. So Dennis got to have his own little place for this last year of his life, thank God. And so I know that was a real gift for him. Absolutely a real gift. But it was always just such a struggle no matter what. And a week ago, he was supposed to go to his doctor's appointment, his primary care physician. And I guess either Dennis couldn't find somebody to help him, didn't have anybody to help him. He posted the video saying he tried to go to the doctor's appointment because he's in a wheelchair, walker and a wheelchair. And because he really can't walk. And so he wheeled himself out to the vehicle. Then he uses the walker to stand up. And then he tried to fold the wheelchair to get it into the vehicle. And he said that the wheelchair was so heavy, he thinks maybe it was caught on something that he couldn't lift it to get it into his truck. The reality is, with congestive heart failure, he just didn't have the strength. You can't breathe with the congestive heart failure. There's no oxygen. There's no strength. There's nothing going to the heart. And so that was literally just like 5 days, if even, before. And when he called the doctor's office to tell them, I can't get there, I can't physically get there. I'm having problems. And like the same thing had happened once before at his last appointment. And so he said, I apologize, because he's by himself, and he just couldn't get there. And they told him that they didn't know if they could reschedule. They would have to talk to the doctor because the doctor may cancel him, basically, may no longer want him as a patient. And so that was like his last doctor's appointment, which was literally 5 days before he passed. If the information's correct, the only reason I got this information was because under his very last video, his friend Mark came in and added a comment. Now, I think it was Mark. I followed it back to see, and it said it was Mark, but it's technology. So somebody might've been playing games. Why somebody would lie about that, I don't know, but that's all I know. And Mark said, I am so sorry to report that our good friend Dennis has passed on. So anyway, just thought I'd share that. And, I know Dennis has got to be in a much better place than he was. So I'm sad, but I'm actually kind of relieved for him, because his struggle was for years. He just struggled with this for so long. He was one hell of a trooper, one hell of a soldier. He really was. He really, really was. And that was actually something he always wanted to do. He said when he was younger, he had tried to get into the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. He tried it all, because all his dad, it was like a big thing in his family and whatever. And that's what he wanted to do, but he could never get in. He had this congenital, like whatever, eye things. And he just couldn't get in. So it's really sad. Yes, Lou. Lou. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Dennis used to come by all the time. And so, yeah, absolutely. Dennis is at peace now. And I mean, it was just getting, like, if you watch the last video of his, oh my God, the struggle. He's driving, he's on the road. He had friends, thank God, help him to get out of the apartment and to help get it cleaned up and to help get his truck loaded. And so he got in the vehicle himself to drive to the new location, which I guess was to live with either more friends or family. I'm not sure. But his words are like slurring when he's on the highway. Like you can tell he's just at it was just really stressful, and he was beyond worn out. I don't even know. Yeah. I don't even know how he did it. Don't know how he did it. Absolutely at peace, for sure. I know. It's just wild. Oh, it's just bizarre, man. It's really bizarre. I mean, Dennis's channel was like my escape. Dolphins, palm trees, the ocean, the Gulf. I mean, It was always beautiful. He was always had tons of jokes. It was always a good time. It was always a good time. Yeah. And he was a good human being too. He always tried. Dennis would help. There were horses that he found multiple times that were just like on property, and the horses, you could see the rib cage on the horses. And so Dennis pulled over and he's like, what the hell's going on here? Right. And it turns out that this farmland in Texas, the owners had died, and whoever inherited the property or whatever, whether people realized there were animals on it, I don't know. But thankfully, Dennis found them, and Dennis was able to contact, I forget what they call it in Texas, but they take their shit really seriously. Animal and wildlife, not brigade, but something like that. And it worked. They came out and they made sure they got those horses removed, and they, got them placed somewhere where they wouldn't die. I mean, Dennis, for a couple of days before anybody came out, he brought food to them. He would go and get horse feed and bring it out to them. Yeah, he did a lot of really good. Oh, you guys sent him a Christmas card? Oh, that's so great. I'm so glad you did that. Dennis really loved cards. He loved receiving them, and he loved sending them for sure. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he a super grateful human being. Oh, yeah, he did so much good work. He really did. And with Luciano, dude who literally sleeps on the cement at night, literally, Luciano, I mean, he helped. Dennis just did so much good. He just tried to help people wherever he was. He did a lot of good. He really did. He was a really good human being. He was phenomenal. So, yeah. I feel like, oh, and Uno. Oh my God, Uno. That was the gray pelican that had a broken wing. He helped capture Uno so they could rescue her and get her saved. And she was also starving. So because they couldn't capture her, they kept trying to capture her, like actual people who, like, that's what they do for the wildlife sanctuaries. Uno would allow Dennis to feed him. Dennis would go and buy live fish, live whatever, and he would take it up to her, and he has videos on his channel where he would throw the fish up in the air, and Uno would catch it or whatever. Yeah, she would eat because he would bring her the food, because she would be the breed of pelicans where they have to fly in the air and then dive bomb for their food. But since she couldn't fly anymore, she wasn't able to eat because she didn't know how to do that anymore. Everything had changed in her life. Her equipment changed, and she wasn't able to feed herself. So it was because of Dennis that they caught her when they did. And she was rescued, and she became the mascot, basically the ambassador for the animal wildlife rescue. So I'm saying Dennis left a freaking beautiful, beautiful legacy. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely. He sure did. He did. Yes, all the stuff. He would take Luciano every week until Dennis couldn't do it any longer. Every week he took Luciano grocery shopping, and he would take him to like his storage unit, and whatever the frick else errands he would run. Other than regularly every week, Dennis would make sure that Luciano had food. And because of Dennis, people understood Luciano's plight. And Luciano, well, people would come up to him and help him out, send him stuff, send him cash, send him clothes. People would go and buy food and then just drop it off to Luciano, sporadically or whatever. But Dennis would always check in on him. He had his phone number, and he would check in on him and say, if you need anything, text me or whatever. So yeah, Dennis just lived, he lived the life. You know, he wanted to be happy and to be in a place that he considered as paradise, and he did. He got that. And he lived his life the way he wanted to live it. So I'm happy he got to spend his last days, his last year, last 3, 4, 5 years doing what he wanted to do, which was he refused to work to keep. That's why he wanted to boondock. He's just like, for what? You know, I'm just working to keep a roof over my head. I can just live in my damn truck. Why not? You know, and live a simpler life and be happier instead of working for the man. He did it. He did have a lot of compassion and a lot of empathy for sure. Yep. Yeah, it's on his channel, Lou. There were weeks where he was feeding her. Maybe longer, I don't know. And she's so cute. He named her Uno. She's adorable. You will see her hopping towards him to get the food because he would pull up with the fish, and you would see her hopping towards him, and it was freaking adorable. And yeah, absolute, an amazing legacy for sure. Amazing legacy. Yeah, I feel really, there are people, I mean, I never met Dennis. You know, we would communicate through email sometimes. You know, we just knew each other through YouTube. But there were a lot of other people who knew, who like, you know, who actually lived near him and helped him. And some of those, you would see their names in the comment section, because a lot of people lived in that area just to be boondocking and vacationing and enjoying it. And everybody knew Dennis as he pulled up in his truck and stuff. And so, yeah, I'd imagine a big loss for a lot of people. So I think we're about done. I'm glad I got to share that about Dennis. And yeah, I just keep thinking I'm just, he doesn't have to suffer any longer. Yes, absolutely. And he loved the animals. He used to have a grackle. Like when he would go on the ferry, he'd videotape, right? He's showing you on his channel because you're on a ferry ride. Kind of interesting perspective. And you would see the dolphins, of course. But he would leave, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a sunflower seed, maybe a piece of bread. I have no idea. But on the ferries, I'm assuming maybe the grackles know that the humans are going to feed them. I don't know. He would open his window, and like right on here's side view mirror. He'd put a piece of food right there, and the grackles would come. They would just come right there, and he would just feed them. Yeah. So it was just always really a nice little adventure with nature, watching his channel. Sandfest, the beach, the palm trees, and he gave a lot of history. He's just, yeah, it was just great. I'm glad I got to connect with him and get to know him through YouTube in whatever way you can get to know somebody through YouTube. All right. Yes, Luciano. Yep. He absolutely did a lot. Okay, everybody. We are ending the night. Yes, rest in peace. Really? What's that? This is the third male I know that has passed in less than 2 months who left a huge imprint on their communities. Prayers for those filled with sorrow. Yeah, Dennis definitely did. That's for sure. Everybody in that area, Rockport, Texas, I mean, I can't imagine there's anybody there. It's not a real big community to begin with. It's really not. And I met him. The reason I knew Dennis or connected with him was through another YouTuber. Remember Bud's Backyard? Yeah, I don't know how the hell I met Bud's backyard. I have no idea how that all came about, but Bud was the one that was like, go watch Dennis's channel. Go talk to Dennis. And then he told Dennis the same thing. We were both like, I'm like, but I do astrology. I don't think he's going to be into that. And yeah, so you just never know where you can meet, where you can witness, you know, where people talk about the mystical energy and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes if you just pay attention, you can see people, definitely acting in angelic ways, doing things, being supportive, providing assistance, providing help, and you get a little visual, of the divine in human form, for sure. And Dennis definitely did that. Oh, you did? Okay, Lou. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Bud's backyard. That's right. No idea how Bud is. I haven't heard from that guy in a very long time. I always assumed it meant that was good and that he was busy working his butt off. All right, we're ending. You all have a good night. Thank you, everybody who gifted the channel. I appreciate all the generous gifts. And next Saturday is the Astro class. So if you want in on that, just send an email to me. And I will also be live, a surprise live during the week sometime. Lately, it's been on Tuesdays. We'll see if that keeps happening. I never really know until the week comes and we're in it. And I'm almost like, oh, okay. Is it going to work? So I will see you all then. Take care. Bye-bye.